It's like a lady can't go through a plate glass window and go to bed with you 5 seconds later. Maybe you. But guys can have head-on collisions with Greyhound buses in disaster areas. Everybody's laying dead on the highway. And on the way to the hospital, in the ambulance, the guy makes a play for the nurse.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Welcome back to Later with Leon. I'm your host, the Destin legend, Leon Rogers. And that was a scene from the one-man play. I'm not a comedian. I'm Lenny Bruce. And with us today, we have Ronnie Marmo is in the building. How you doing, sir?
Thank you,
First of all, man, so what made you come up, and you guys come up with this concept for Lenny Bruce? Because a lot of people sleep on Lenny Bruce. Me being a stand-up comedian, like, and hearing some of his old stuff, and my dad has some of his albums, along with Richard Pryor and Red Fox and George Carlin. What was it about Lenny Bruce that drew you guys to talk about his life story?
Well, he was the first guy right before Carlin and Pryor. All the Red Fox, they loved him, right?
Yes.
They idolized him. So Lenny was the first guy. Dick Gregory.
Yes.
Dick Gregory called Lenny Bruce the eighth wonder of the world, actually.
Wow.
So,
and that's strong coming from Dick Gregory, because Baba is a genius.
yeah, Christian is a friend of mine. We were texting yesterday, his son. And anytime I get into a pickle in Chicago and people are questioning the material, I reach out to Christian and he sends me a beautiful note saying, he actually said, forget breaking legs, break open some minds. That's what Christian told me. So, but what got me into this was some guy brought me a play about Lenny Bruce. It was some other guy's play. I did the play. I fell in love with Lenny, what he stood for, everything. I knew of him like you, like I knew Carlin, but you know. And so then after doing the play, I realized that like I was leaving it all out. It was, I don't want to say it was fluffy, but I was missing all of it. And I wasn't doing the material, and so I went to the playwright. I said, hey, can we do the bits? Can we put them in the show? He goes, no, my play's written. So I wrote it. Took me 5 years. Then I went to Joe Mantegna. I said, hey, Joe, you consider, directed me in this. And what can I say? I fell in love with Lenny. I really love what he stood for.
Lenny Bruce, to me, was the epitome of how comics are pretty tragic off the stage, but when they come on stage, their job is to make everybody laugh. When researching Lenny Bruce's life, what about it in particular made you feel for his character?
Well, comedy's tragedy plus time, right? Already. So, and so why I was turned on by Lenny was, as an actor, every blue moon, if ever, you get something that you go, oh, everything just fits right. Like, I had the same relationship with my daughters, with my mom, what I fought for, what I believed in. Early on in my life, I struggled with addiction. I'm past that now, thank God, but he never found recovery. So there were so many similarities that every time I picked this up, I said, oh, wow, it just fits, it just... And so it's hard to say. It was just one of those things that, let's just say that there's not a lot of acting going on stage. I think something else is going on.
It just feels right.
More than right. I feel like in some ways I'm a vessel for Lenny, and Kitty Bruce agrees, his daughter. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that's hard to put in words.
Now you were talking about your mom. We was talking about moms earlier. So you good Italian upbringing.
Italian American was no better. My mother, occasionally I would say a bad word. I know you're shocked. Yeah. And my mother had this habit in front of all my friends. Would show up with a bar of soap, and I'd be sitting there. My friend, she'd be like, make me a whole bar of soap in front of my friends. And then me, who I was, I'd say, Ma, was that Dove or Ivory?
The smart ass.
And she'd pull the top of my head and drag me down, and I'm going to leave some of the words out, but she said, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out.
Was she said in Italian, or was she use good old American?
I don't even know what the language was. I didn't recognize it. And she had this way of throwing her shoe, and it would like make a left turn and come back around through the kitchen and crack me in the head. She was out of her mind.
Now your mom. Now my mom had this uncanny ability to talk through clenched teeth.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't sit your ass down somewhere right here, man, and like, you knew what it was.
But Leon, the problem is when you're Italian, love and hate looks exactly the same. So like, my mother would look at me from across the room, and most days she'd go, I love you so much. Get over here and kiss me. I'm like, whoa, I'm scared.
Where can people go see this play, man? I'm not a comedian.
It's at the Royal George. It's at the Royal George Theater, and you go to LennyBruceOnStage.com, and that's where you find all the material. It's really great. We just extended through March. So.
Thank you, my man, for stopping by.
Thank you, pal. Thank you.
Watch out for that shoe. Hold on. Where's that? Still out there.
Where's my mother? There she is.